not show your product.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Everybody looks fast going by, running down the track by themselves.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be the one that's criticizing and calling out track events. But I'm only gonna criticize a track event if I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I pay my money, I got the right to voice my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I gotta criticize. I gotta call them out. You know what I'm saying? If it was a shake fest, the whole 8 hours, 5 hours, everybody, it was a shake fest. Call it what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It should be on a shake fest for what, 2-3 hours. That's when everybody rolling in. You know what I'm saying? That's when you let the people who just come to shake down, let them shake down. But after that, track hot. Time to go ahead and get the shootout. I hate seeing an event that got 50 bikes out there, but only 7 bikes in the shootout. And it's the same. It's the same 7 bikes, because people scared and people don't want to tell people if you bring your bike you gotta race. If I throw an event, I'm gonna tell you you pay your admission, I'm gonna make you race.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can get mad at me or take your bike out the track. I'm gonna have my little intercom saying, who ain't raced him yet? He ain't raced nobody. What you bring your bike out here for? You know what I'm saying? You need somebody like that. You need a referee, because everybody's gonna be sitting around waiting for the next man to race, ready to bet on him.
Yeah, no, I get that. And it has to be some type of structure. You know, you don't want to race somebody out of your class.
And I feel like right now
there has to be some type of structure in that sense, because you don't want, you know what I mean, you don't want someone racing out of their class because they brought their bike there. You have to have some type of structure. Yeah, I want to race.
All right, right now, you know, everybody got class. NHRA got they got pro start funny car, and they got some other shit. You know what I'm saying? So give me the classes of drag dirt bikes in your opinion. It could be 2 classes, 3, 5. Give me some details with it.
Well, I feel like it should all be on the setup as well. Yeah, I think that's how you should determine your races on the setups, and I feel like you should have a class where all you got the newbies. You know, that should be a class of its own. You know, because I don't feel like, another thing, and you know, I feel like you can have that. You know, you can have the rooks versus the vets. I feel like that can be a setup, or that can be an event you even throw, and that's giving all the rookies chance to run the vets. You know what I mean? But
a rookie versus vet.
Yeah, so a bike that's already been in the game, and that's what you have to get past on it. You know what I mean? Because some people are like, yo, I'm already in the game. You got me racing this rook.
All right,
man, he got to get his rankings up.
All right, not to stop you. What's how long you got to be in the game to say you in the game to be a rookie? A year or 2 years? Is it the wins?
See, that's I wouldn't say it's the wins, because you know, it could be a bike in the game, and it could be a bike in the game for 6 months, and they only won 2 races.
Yeah.
But they had a ton of races, but they only won 2.
So what if
they still that bike still, you know, was in the game for a little minute though.
So what if
he just didn't win?
What if a big bike that went a lot got sold to somebody else? Now they're the rookie. Do we consider them a rookie because of the rider, or we call them a rookie because the team knew? Because the bike ain't no rookie.
That is true. See, that's the answer I don't have. You know, that's a good.
Oh, got a little difficulty.
You got, you know, change the name, switch the setups, and now it's a new bike really. But you know, everybody who knows their history, that's not a new bike really.
So right now you
seen that bike run. So that's the thing though. That's the ins and outs that I I really don't have an answer for.
Well, we gonna have the answer before 10 years get here. But
Exactly.
so right now you saying one class should be based off the setup, and the other one is what?
I feel like you should do all newbies.
Yeah, newbies, rookies, a rookie class.
Or you can have, or even how you have, like, you have stock. Like, if you're talking about dirt bikes, you have an all stock bike. That's a class of its own. If you have a stock bike or a stock height,
Stocks,
that's a class of its own. Because you're not about to have a drag bike racing a stock height back.
but
That's unfair.
that's two different class. Stock
Yeah,
height.
that's what I'm saying.
Stock height is come how you is as long as you stock height. Ain't no substitute with that. You know what I'm saying? It might change, but right now stock height is as long as you stock height, you hey, it's a head out race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you
So
say slam, it could be a lot of work to it. It could be a stock height bike that got slammed the next day. Now it's slam. So I think that's two different classes. You can't throw them boys in the same class.
well, see that. So that brings back to the point. Then you will have multiple classes. Or it would have to be something that's really detail oriented to let people know exactly where their bike fall. Or you should just generalize it.
I think we should have, I'm going to say 4 classes. First class is stock height. As long as you stock height, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? The next class is, I feel like, I call it slam or stock slam, meaning we can look at that bike and know ain't much done to it. Usually that be one of these new bikes. If we going into 2021, usually that be like probably like let's say the 18s and up. You know what I'm saying? Within 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Because we know it ain't about so much work you done got to that bike to have a big advantage. You know what I'm saying? Now, as 4 years pass, as next year go, it won't be 18. It'd be 19. If you got an 18, you got to hop into the next class. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like every 4 years. Any bike that's 4 years old or younger, that'd be in that class. You know what I'm saying? So after you done get out the stock height and the stock slam, then I feel like it should be a class where it's like, well, let me go back. In the stock height class and the stock slam class, in each class, I feel like it should be like a freshman, sophomore, maybe like a junior, senior type of structure. You get what I'm saying? Where it's like each class got different ages. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have stock height little 65s going. I'm just talking future talk. Little 65s, 125s, 250s going now. You know what I'm saying? So the 120, the 65s or whatever might be freshmen, 125 sophomores, 250 juniors, seniors 450. You get what I'm saying? It don't have to be freshman, junior, whatever. It can be a different name, but kind of like that structure. You get what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have different ages. So unless a young boy advanced, you ain't really gonna have no 10-year-old racing no 21-year-old on no 450.
So I don't want to give too much away, but on that's when things get confusing. When he was like, after every year, the year's gonna go up. So it's like 18 and up, you said.
Right now we in 2020. So it'd be 16s and up. 16, 17, 18, 19s all to be in one class.
And we said that because
that's the only way you can really consider when somebody say they got a stock bike. You can't come out here with no 06 Honda CFR and that thing over there chopping top where you got a stock bike now. Come on. You disqualified.
I mean, but it's the same thing with 16 though. Just say, hey, I got a 16, but me knowing I was gonna get the 16, me knowing the event was coming up, I already bought. You know, it's different, but I can use a car example. Let's say you just bought a new car. Plenty of people do this. They buy a new car. They don't even drive the car. They go straight to the shop. They drop the motor, put a whole new motor on it, and boom, they coming out. You know, it could be the same thing with a bike, though. If you got all the parts and everything that you already got planned for it, okay, I bought the 16. It went straight to the shop. I didn't even ride it. It went straight to the shop. And all they did, they already had all my parts, this and that. I got it out a week and a half later for this event. But it's stock height. It's brand new. It looks brand new.
Well, you gonna
how do you get away with that?
You can't get away with that because that's where you know the eye gotta see, and that's when you gonna have people who are official where you can't go against their word. If they say you faster than this class, you faster. But at the end of the day, say you got a 16, you got the advantage from the 17, 18, and 19. That's cool. You might dominate that year, but you know what's gonna happen? You gonna have to bump up next year. That's cool. You gonna. It's supposed to be like that. You know what I'm saying? You got the advantage. You got 4-year advantage on the 20. You got 3-year advantage on the 19. It's supposed to be like that. That's just part of racing. But you gotta realize if you don't create a class and try to accept the outliers and understand it's gonna work out itself because somebody else gonna have a 16 too. So if it turns out that every year is always the latest year that dominates because they got more time in it with the bike or whatever, like that's what it be. But they only can dominate for that year because next year it's gonna be the 17s turn to dominate the 18, 19s, the 20s, and the 2021s. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it gonna work out. So that's why I say after that you have what I just call two different class of big boy, meaning the top big boy, meaning it's a head up race every time, and I don't care what you got, you can come with Nas or whatever it is. It's gonna be big boy head up. Ain't no questions, ain't no break, ain't no side agreement. Y'all racing head up, plain and simple. Then we got the other classes, big boy, like the class we be in right now, where somebody done spent a lot of money. Like you been saying, like they done buy a bike, they done put that money in, wherever like that. Now, you don't have to, just because you got 16, you don't have to be in the stock class. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to the big boys, you can. But you got to understand, when you go over there, ain't no action for nothing. Ain't no action for no one to break when you doing that. It's head out racing. So that's why I feel like the full class. You got two classes that's truly stock, then you got two classes that's people that invest their money and they run what you brung type of situation.
Yeah, off the trailer.
Yeah, that's where you like. So what about when the 16 dominating? Okay, cool. But the 16 gonna have to go to the other class next year. He ain't gonna be able to be in that class. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically a structure of say somebody get a bike. You can raise stock height 1 year, okay? Next year you slam the bike. Now you in that class. Now next year you want to step up with the big boys. You jump in that class. You know what I'm saying? It's just a way of to progress the sport and just have some structure with the age and you know what I'm saying. It might be a little man say, yeah, I'm stock height, but shoot, wait a couple more years. I get a little bit bigger. I'm gonna be the big boy, slam bike and everything.
So what stops? I see where you're going with it. So, but what stops I would guess the stock bike. So you trying to say once he's stock height, he has to race in that class for a year?
You can't stop. You can't. That's what I say. You can't tell nobody that they ain't stock. So just to solve that problem, you got to keep it within the new bikes because that's the closest you can get to stock. You get what I'm saying? For anybody, to be fair.
So what stops him from? Yeah. So my thing is, so once you're in that class, you have to be in that class for a year. If you're doing this, I know we're just throwing out,
No, you don't have to stay in that class. You could have a 16 in that class and with the big boys too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, ain't no limit. You ain't gotta stay in one class, But it's a class. If you looking for people that's kind of stuck like you would be in that class. That within 4 years, that's what the class is. You won't have to worry about racing some carbureted Honda, and you trying to figure out that thing don't sound stock. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's already classified, so these are the list of bikes you got to choose from.
Yeah.
You pretty much taking all the guessing and all that
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Saying,
yeah.
hey, these are the people that have bikes like you
Yeah.
that you can race.
Now,
Now, if you go and race someone else, that's on your own.
yeah, but
You got your own.
at the end of the day, now don't get it twisted. You gotta stick to the roots. Like I said, after you do that and you do your system and your tournament, whatever like that, it's always gonna be a grudge race. It's always gonna be somebody that wanna prove this and yeah, we're gonna allow that too. But it's gonna be structured. It's gonna be structured first. Then later on, later on or in between that, we can have grudge races too. But it gotta be some structure. You know what I'm saying? Cause if you ever go to one of these big track events, just cause they show you them big cars racing, it's more events going on that day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
They got they got smaller events.
The main event.
Yeah, the main events. Yeah, they got smaller. They got other cars going down the track. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what everything. And I agree. And that's how it should be. It should be if this is the big race, it should be a plethora of races before you get to that race. It shouldn't be a different class. It should be a plethora of different class races before you get to the main event. It shouldn't be we out there 8 hours, and we only saw 2 races, and then it's the main event.
No, it ain't gonna be that. It gonna be more races, more structure. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It gotta be.
I think people will follow suit. You know what I mean? I don't think this is something that you and I are thinking about. I think more people are thinking about it. I think more people will be acceptable to this. I think people will want this.
Yeah, cause they ain't taking away from the streets. Cause if you want to race somebody, you still can go in the streets. The street ain't no rules in the street. But when if you at a track event and it's sponsored by Grudge Life Academy or whoever the big sponsor is, and that's who we racing, wherever the umbrella is, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know the rules. This ain't no hood event. This official. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. These are the rules, and that's the thing. Once the rules are in place, it's easier to run an event. You eliminate the gray. And that's what I think you're getting at. You're just trying to eliminate the gray. I mean, things are not just... There's going to be some gray and everything, but you're just trying to eliminate that and have it to move at a good pace. Especially as, I'm the consumer. I just come out there and just pay my money. I want to see some races. I don't want to just sit out there all day and see 3 races. So you're trying to eliminate that. And not only just put on the show, but everybody wins in that situation. Your bike race.
If I'm throwing a 20 bike shootout for the big boys and a 10 bike shootout for the small boys, that's what it's gonna be. Everybody gonna be there racing. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. So yeah, I like that. So what classify? Because I hear you say the big boys, small boys. What classifies you as a big boy?
It's what you want to put yourself in. Now, it's 2 big boy class. It's the big boy class where it's them boys undecide. Whoever come to them, it's gonna be a head up race. You know what I'm saying? That's usually going. Like I'm saying, we thinking future. The big boy race that'd be like, funny car for NHRA. You know what I'm saying? Which one be going 300 miles per hour?
You trying to say when we gonna label a big boy race is bikes that
no they doing
build up a reputation?
No, they if you want to go in that, then that's the people choosing the class. We ain't picking nobody in the class. The people choosing their class. If you got a 16, if you got a 2021 and you want to hop up there with the big boys, we ain't stopping you.
So what's stopping the big boy from hopping into any other class though? That's the thing. Yeah, I
just gave you all the rules. I just gave you all the rules for stock height. A big boy ain't gonna be stock height. He gonna be slam. For slam stock height, if he ain't within 4 years, he can't qualify. And if he is within 4 years, that's just part of the game. You know right now it's gonna be 18s and 19s out soon gonna be running again. That's just how it is. You still gonna have your old bikes out there, but over time, every year it's gonna be a new production. It's a new era of bikes every year. So, yeah, I get what you're saying. What stops the big boy from going down? A lot. Mostly those big boys ain't gonna be within 4 years. That's just the reality of sports. Most of the fastest cars, motorcycles, ain't the last couple of years. It's the older bikes. Every once in a while, yeah, somebody come up with that and is fast, but you're gonna have to put a whole lot of work just to keep up with them bikes before. That's just part of racing. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I mean, at one point, everybody was talking about, car rides, Chevy and Ford, but look at it now. Dodge been running for the last 9 years, 10 years strong.
Agreed. Someone always coming out new.
Yeah. If somebody, if it don't be Dodge, it might be somebody else coming out soon that's gonna top Dodge. You know what I'm saying? Ford and Chevy was topping each other. Dodge came back and crushed it. So what Chevy and Mustang and Camaro, Corvettes, all them, they got to step it up, plain and simple, or they gonna fall back in another class, and the demon is gonna be the big boy. So yeah, a big boy can go down there, and that was gonna make the sport better. If you got a 19 that's in the stock slam dominating and with the big boys, that's called evolution of the sport. We can't predict that. I can't see that happening, but who knows? You ain't somebody out there saying that they gonna make it happen. But you gotta understand, over time, this ain't what I ain't say to you yet. Over time, you can buy a fresh new bike up that year, put some gas to it, put a turbo to it, and now you a big boy, right or wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Now you done went up a class.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm talking about evolving. If that's what you can do with a nice bike and you can afford that, that's what it's gonna be. Everybody gonna have to step their game up, or you just gonna catch them L's. You know what I'm saying? You think the Schumacher and them be them boys dominate Indy and drag racing? You know what I'm saying? I forgot. What's my man? My fault.
Is it gonna be standards? Is it going? Okay, so that's another thing. Is it going to be standards to a look? Then in that case, because how you coming out? You saying like sport? Sport in 10 years. What sport going to look like?
Now
you bring up drag racing. Let's think about the motorcycle drag racing, like the true drag racers.
Yes.
All their bikes, if you think about it, all their bikes kind of look the same. There's a certain style to them, or is a certain requirement. Do you believe that the dirt bikes are going to go to that as well, or that is out the question?
Yeah. In one of my podcasts, I said if I can't do it, and like I said, I'm all about talking into existence, because I want, if I can't do it, I want somebody else to do it, because I'm still going to be able to ride it and benefit from it. I want either Kawasaki, Yamaha, Suzuki, somebody to come out with official chassis, not a motocross chassis. Like, they make an official chassis where it's already structured. Somebody gotta make a Dodge Demon drag dirt bike. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Dodge made the first drag car make it street legal. That's what they give you, basically, a street legal drag car. So we need a street legal dirt bike or a drag legal dirt bike, whatever it is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be the chassis everybody have in the big boy class if it evolves to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like go back to NHRA, you got the long cars, you got the nitrous cars, then you got the pro stock, which is just really just all motor car. You know what I'm saying?
So what about the? Yeah, I hear you with the chassis, but what about like? You know, you see some bikes naked, but if you go to a pro sport, none of those bikes are naked. None of those cars are naked.
That what makes us different.
Okay, all right. So that's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
like,
you can't make a dirt bike more than what it is. It's still a dirt bike. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't in the dirt. We in the street. So that's an advantage. It might be more aerodynamic for him. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We find out with the Yamaha, it's bad not to have an air filter in there. I was about to buy the little twin air thing for $250. Now if you're in dirt, yeah, you need something like that. But for the street, nah, you need as much air going in that engine as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, that was a good point.
So it's all future talk and seeing where the sport gonna evolve. Cause we don't see how it evolved in 4 years. We've been sidelined for 4 years, so we see how the sport evolved. What we thought was fast in 16 and 17 ain't fast now. Oh, shit, damn, we lost him. Oh no,
So,
we did.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
I thought I lost you.
well, we got no. I'm still here. I'm taking it in. So we thought it was fast then. So yeah. So you're saying there's going to be a couple of those outliners that have a 15 or in 10 years. Let's say, for example, you're saying 16, 17, 18, 16, and up this and that. But he come out with 15. He done got all the work he needs to it. Is he in that same class?
Nah,
or is he labeled a big boy?
He ain't in that class no more. He got to be with the big boys, or he gonna stay stock height. It got to be some section. It got to be some rules to push people in different directions. You know what I'm saying? Cause right now everybody in one big pool, but everybody know the fast bikes. You know what I'm saying? And it's part about climbing up the ladder. But what's killing the sport right now is the big boys keep killing off the newbie, keep killing off the new one, keep off the newbies. We keep getting 10 newbies every year, and we end up losing 8 of them. You get what I'm saying? From losing money issue or the team, or they sell the bike because they just catching L's. They ain't running it right. Instead of that, when we get 10 newbies, we put them in the structure of now they can race each other. Now they keep the sport alive. Now they can build. They might could build another class themselves. You know what I'm saying? It could be more than 4 classes. It might turn out to be 7 classes. I don't know.
And they have the freedom to race. Like if they want to step out and race a big
Yeah.
They have the freedom to do that. No. So let me ask you this: is it we say everyone is a one pool. Now, is it the sport or is it the team that killing these newbies off? You feel me? Is it the big boys' fault?
It's a rule. It's a rule that when like we said, future talk, for it to involve, it gotta become official, and for it to involve, you got to have one rider per bike, and that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? One rider per bike. You can't have one rider racing 5 bikes in a 50-man shootout. He gonna have to pick one bike and rock and die with that one. If he want to pick 4 other riders on that, he gonna have to pick 4 other riders on that. That's gonna help the sport involved more. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
So that's what's killing. The big dogs and the big riders are killing off the newbies. They're killing the confidence. They killing off another team that probably if they can get in the right structure where maybe they don't win all their races, but the races they lost ain't by so much where they had a chance, and they probably have a better chance of winning a lot more or accepting with the loss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I said, it's always gonna go back to drag racing. So if the little man want to try the big dog, he can. He just can't. He just gonna have to go out there and once again, that's another factor I ain't putting in. It's gonna be about money now. It's gonna be about money when you throw these terms. It's a point system. It's money involved and all that. You know what I'm saying? So if a small boy want to hop in the big boy league and he got the money to try something out, well, it's gonna cost him. It can't just be I'm not gonna do the sport the injustice to have some stop bike out there playing with the big boys, wasting our time. We know you're gonna lose. It gotta be a miracle for you to win. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be some exceptions. It gotta be some exceptions. You gotta say it gotta be something like, all right, I ain't care if you got the money or the budget. Like, come on now, you gonna have to do a lot more to that bike to make it more competitive. And that's where it come. That's another thing. That's where timing. You gotta be running a certain time just to. I don't want to make it like that, but it's gonna have. It might have to come to that if it get flooded too much. You know what I'm saying? If the big boy class get flooded, you got to do something. You have to make 3 big boy classes. You know what I'm saying? And if you,
I don't want to get.
My fault. If you ain't happy with your class, you got to step your game up. But go ahead, my fault.
And that's I don't want to get off subject.
Go ahead.
That's the beauty of racing.
What?
That is the beauty of racing. You know, yes, it's big boys, yes, it's this and that. But at the end of the day, it's a one-on-one. This is the one-on-one. So at the end of the day, you still, let's say, like how you said, hey, you know, you don't have a chance in hell to beat this bike. But at the end of the day, let's say you get a bike that we know this bike is faster. And the bike is racing, it got some speed to it, it got some wins under his belt, you know, he wanted something, but, you know, it's forced ahead up. Got you. At the end of the day, it's a one-on-one. That guy still has to go from A to B. It still has to be he still has to make a successful pass. The big boy I'm talking about. So let's say he just got overconfident, and it happens. People get overconfident and, you know, jump the light or, you know what I mean, stall out or, you know, boom, they lost that race. Now, does that bike no longer have the juice?
No. But if
and or do the newbie gets the juice now? It was a fluke. Let's say it was a fluke. At the end of the day, and that's one thing about racing, it's still one-on-one. You still have to go from A to B. You still have to make a successful pass.
Well, ain't no flute in winning. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame the man win off somebody else. You know, the person who lost mistake. You know what I'm saying? He did what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He went to A to B without a red light. So
that's what I'm saying. So and now he won that. And now the race is over. He don't get that race back.
But what you talking about, like in the structure of, are you saying, am I going to give, and if it's a newbie want to hop in the big boy class, are you saying, am I going to give him a chance?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Nah, I would want to start off like that, and have people have pridefully respect that. All right, if we give you a shot and you lose all day today, can you do a reality check and just go down a couple of classes to help the sport? Because why are we putting you in the slot? You know what I'm saying? Giving somebody a free test run or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now the next person like, well, you give him a shot. Why you can't give me a shot? You give me a shot. Give me a shot. Nah, we ain't doing that. Fuck that.
I get that. Yeah.
Go ahead, put a time.
So,
If you ain't running past this and this time, you can't hop in there. There's gonna have to be rules to maintain the structure.
I get that. I definitely get that. No, I definitely. And I could be wrong. So with the sport in 10 years, but with the sport right now, so how are
the sport right now?
How I would say right now, as far as what's going on right now, everybody's trying to knock off the big dog. It seems like, or I could be wrong.
Yeah, everybody trying to knock off the big dog, but that's what's helping the big dog stay the big dog. You know what I'm saying? Because the big dog can keep on eating. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no pressure on the big dog because the big dog gonna do what you gotta do. You got to make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
So is other races going on? Like the people who's not trying to knock off the big dog right now, who's trying to just work their way up the ladder, are those races?
No, because ain't no structure. Ain't nobody want to say they at the bottom right now. Ain't nobody want to say I ain't top 10 bike right now, but I want somebody to give me 11 through 20, and I'm gonna start from 20 all the way up. Ain't no structure. Everybody feel like they top 10 or top 5 or they the best. You know what I'm saying?
And half of those bikes haven't even raced.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You got bikes that been built 2 years ago that probably only raced 2 times.
And they think they're the top dog.
That's what it is. But they got the right, because that's how it is right now. They're the top dog. You can't say they is. If you don't beat them, you can't say they ain't. Mm-hmm. Even if you be like, why you want to race the other top dog? At the end of the day, you can't force the man to race. But at the end of the day, if he keep racing whoever he racing, you got to blame the people who racing him. And that's where it's gonna be in the streets. That'd be grudge racing, but that wouldn't happen in class racing because he could be racing somebody on his level. So either he gonna be the real big dog, or he just gonna be one of the big dogs.
Gotcha.
I'll
be happy when it gets there.
Yeah, the class is going to eliminate the bullshit, and we gonna know who the fast one people is and who ain't the fast. You know what I'm saying? And that's just racing. You turn the street outlaw. Hey, when JJ and them boys race them boys, you see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
The boy gonna have to step it up, or is that what? They gonna keep getting ran over. Now, just like them boys do, they do the little shootout. But how they do it, sometimes they be like, all right, give me one in the brick. They got this little chases a race thing, so that's the dynamics of that racing world over there. But all drag dirt bikes need is a little structure, and it's ready to go. It's dirt bikes, man. You got. Damn, we lost them. Grudge Life Academy, man. Stay tuned, man. I know we talking a lot, but we just trying to give y'all some good content. It's getting late. It's almost 1 o'clock. See if we gonna call back. I'll call him back.
Yeah, I lost you there.
I forgot what I was saying. You heard?
Yeah, you was talking about the structure.
Oh yeah. All we need is structure. Just eliminate the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's 9 times out of 10. That's what it be. It be BS, and that's why races don't happen.
Yeah, like I was talking to you the other day. This a dirt bike. Them boys on that motocross. Shoot, them boys what? Them boys do what? they gotta do two heats of qualifying, right?
Yep. Yep.
And they break it up in half.
Even-
Half the bike go one heat, go second heat. Then the third heat is the race.
To even get to the big race.
Yeah, that's all in one day, all in one within a couple of hours. I'm guessing.
Yeah, and all in really, yeah, because they do when they have those motocross, they do multiple class. They do 250. They do
Yeah.
450.
But you gotta understand they taping this, so that shit throughout the day.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, so if they can do that in the day, we talking about less than 10 seconds down the track every other minute. You can get a whole lot of races in, man.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't.
People just don't want to be forced to race. But if you don't want to force the race, it's
don't
good.
bring your bike out.
Don't bring your bike out, because we got Billy Bob and Larry over there waiting for the opportunity to take your shine. You know what I'm saying? Because they like the sport, they into it, and they done made up their mind that they gonna work their way to the top. You know what I'm saying? Cool. You want to race in the street? It's gonna make it unpopular to race in the street. You know what I'm saying? Because they could be like, well, shit, why you gonna take it to the track? Everybody be at the track. Them boys be at the track.
And they got the whole setup, the whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want to be able, like I said, this sport is the random. Anybody, the average person can come in, and if the sport is doing good, if it's official, that's sponsorship. It can be a nobody. You know what I'm saying? He done built this bike for the last 2 years, and he ready. Now it's his time to come out. Now he done come out and he done pop everybody at the last 3 events: Pepsi, Coke, Sprite, what's the joint? Red Bull, everybody, Monster. They ready to sponsor him. That's what the platform gonna be about.
Yeah.
It's a 15-year-old, 16-year-old busting all the big boys' ass, riding a big boy. Oh my gosh. What you gonna do with him? He had to go. All y'all getting old. He getting younger.